Greetings, I'm Dev the Developer. This lesson covers radio buttons and checkboxes, two input types for selecting from a set of options, and Fieldset with legend for grouping related inputs together visually and semantically. Radio buttons are for selecting exactly one option from a group. The name comes from old car radios. When you press the preset button, the previous selected one popped out. Only one button could be activated at a time. To make that single selection behavior work, all radio buttons in a group share the same name attribute. The browser uses the name to group them. Within that group, only one can be selected. Each button also needs a value. When the form is submitted, the server receives one key value pair for the group, the shared name and the value of whichever option was selected. Notice the checked attribute on the third option. That pre-selects it when the page loads. Also notice the label wrapping pattern here. Instead of a for ID pair, the input is nested inside the label. Both approaches work, but wrapping the input inside the label is slightly shorter to write. Where radio buttons enforce a single choice, checkboxes are the opposite. Checkboxes are for selecting 0, 1, or many options for a group independently. Unlike radio buttons, each checkbox is independent. Checking one does not uncheck another. Each checkbox should have a name and a value. When the form is submitted, only checkboxes contribute to the submitted data. Now that you have radio buttons and checkboxes, there's one more element that makes groups of them work much better. When you have a group of related inputs, a set of radio buttons or a set of checkboxes, wrapping them in a field set with a legend provides both visual grouping and semantic clarity. Fieldset draws a box around its contents by default and tells assistive technologies that everything inside is a related unit. Legend is the caption for the group. It appears as the first child of Fieldset and is rendered at the top of the Fieldset box. For screen reader users, this is significant. When a user navigates into the Fieldset, the screen reader announces a legend and then announces each radio button label in turn. Without Fieldset and legend, the user just hears a series of radio buttons with no group context. Radio buttons are for selecting one from a group, sharing all the same name. Checkboxes are for selecting any number of items independently. Fieldset to group related content visually and semantically, used with legends to name the group. This is the right structure for options that belong together, and getting it right matters as much for accessibility as it does for the user's visual experience. Build a field set with a set of radio buttons and another with checkboxes and see how the grouping changes both the look and the screen reader behavior. Don't just watch it, do it.